A flaming skull emerges from behind a wall of fire, racing down the road on a motorcycle that shoots flames from its exhaust pipes. He's being chased by the cops, but they can't catch him because he keeps outrunning them. The rider is the Ghost Rider, a spirit of vengeance, who was once a man, but now his soul is trapped inside the body of a motorcycle condemned to roam the earth and hunt down evildoers for all eternity. In today's story, we will see the Ghost Rider go up against the most powerful crime syndicate in the world. The story will take us through the streets of the burning city, where the Ghost Rider will have to face off against a variety of enemies, including human and supernatural beings alike, in order to bring them to justice. The Ghost Rider starts out on the outskirts of town, racing down a highway on his bike while dodging traffic and shooting fireballs from his hands. He asks trying to make it to the city before sundown, so he can meet up with his allies and plan their next move. He looks back over his shoulder and sees that the cops have given up on chasing him for now, but he knows that they'll be waiting for him when he gets into town. He takes a deep breath and focuses on the road ahead of him, pushing his bike to its limits. As the sun begins to set, the Ghost Rider finally reaches the edge of town and turns his bike around to head back. He knows that he needs to lay low for a while, but he also knows that he can't hide forever. He finds a deserted warehouse district and decides to make his base of operations there. He parks his bike inside an abandoned building and goes to work setting up camp. He doesn't have much time, so he has to move quickly. He hears the sound of police sirens in the distance and knows that they're closing in on him. He finishes setting up camp and makes his way to the roof of the building, where he takes off into the night sky on his bike. He flies over the city, taking in the sights and sounds below him. He can hear the police calling out for him to land, but he just keeps flying. He soars above the clouds and feels the wind whipping through his hair. He's free, but he also knows that he's not safe. He lands his bike on a rooftop and disappears into the shadows. Meanwhile, in a dark and smoky underground club, a group of men are gathered around a table playing cards. They are some of the most dangerous criminals in the world, and they are playing for high stakes. Suddenly, the door to the club bursts open, and a man walks in. He's tall and handsome, but there's something about him that's unsettling. His eyes are cold and calculating, and he has a scar that runs down his face. The criminals at the table stop playing and turn to look at him. The newcomer walks over to the table and sits down. He introduces himself and says that he's here to play poker. The criminals exchange glances. They know that they're in trouble, but they also know that they can't back down now. They deal the cards and the game begins. The man with the scar wins hand after hand, and soon he has all the money on the table. The criminals try to make a move on him, but he's too quick for them. He throws them out of the club one by one until he's left standing alone. He looks around at the empty room and smiles. He's won, but the game isn't over yet. He still has to face the Ghost Rider. He walks out of the club and disappears into the night. As the sun rises, the Ghost Rider emerges from the shadows. He's ready to face the devil, but he knows that he'll need help. He rides his bike through the city, looking for allies. He finds a group of bikers and asks them if they'll help him fight the devil. The bikers agree and form a gang with the Ghost Rider. Together, they ride their bikes through the city, searching for the devil's minions. They find them hiding in the sewers and take them out one by one. Finally, the Ghost Rider comes face to face with the devil. The two battled each other on their bikes, racing through the streets and shooting fireballs at each other. The Ghost Rider is losing ground, but he refuses to give up. He knows that he has to win this fight, not only for himself, but for everyone he cares about. He takes a deep breath and focuses on the road ahead of him. He pushes his bike to its limits and speeds away from the devil. He leads the devil on a chase through the city, dodging traffic and jumping over cars. Finally, he makes it to the edge of town and turns around to face his pursuer. The devil is right behind him, but he's not alone. The police have arrived and they're blocking the devil's path. The Ghost Rider takes off again, this time with the police in hot pursuit. He knows that he can't outrun them forever, so he turns around and faces them. He shoots fireballs from his hands and takes out the police one by one. But they keep coming, and soon he's surrounded. Just when he thinks he's about to be overwhelmed, he hears the roar of vengeance. The bikers arrive and open fire on the remaining police, buying the Ghost Rider some time to escape. He takes off down a side street and disappears into the maze of buildings. The bikers chase after him, firing at the pursuing police. They know that they have to protect the Ghost Rider no matter what. Finally reach a safe house and park their bikes. The Ghost Rider thanks them for their help and disappears inside. He knows that he can't trust anyone, not even the people he's fighting alongside. He has to be careful. He takes off his helmet and reveals a skeleton wearing a leather jacket. He's the Ghost Rider, and he's just gotten started. He disappeared into the shadows, leaving the others to wonder what they had just seen. The bikers were stunned, but they knew that they had to keep moving. They had made an enemy of the police, and they couldn't stick around. They mounted their bikes and rode off into the night. Meanwhile, the Ghost Rider was moving through the city like a specter. He was hunting, and his prey was unaware of the danger that stalked them. He had come to bring vengeance, and vengeance would be his. In the flickering glow of a neon sign, a lone figure emerged from the darkness. It was the Ghost Rider, and he was on the trail of a killer. This story is just getting started, but if you want to see more stories like this, then be sure to stay tuned for more updates. We've got lots of great stories in the works that you don't want to miss.